Welcome back to the channel, guys. Got an exciting video for you today. We have a couple of the trails here. The trail was one of the most popular releases recently. I had one a little while back, but haven't had a chance to throw them in quite some time. We're out here at Eastway, got a 618-foot par 4. Let's get right to it. Oh yeah. Let me get that down just a little bit, and that is a money disc right there. Yep, let's go. Come on, baby. That is wonderful. I've been throwing a Zenith for quite some time, but it'll be nice to see how the trail stacks up. Let's go. This trail really got some nice flip and had a lot of glide to it. Just kept hanging on for me. That was awesome. Got our Electron Envy. Let's go ahead and get up and down. Here we go, we're on the next hole. It's 585-foot par 4. Got to get out there about 300 and then swing it pretty hard left. Don't want to push it too straight. Let's go ahead and drop this on a nice amount of hyzer. Big skip. Oh, whoa. All right, that flipped a little bit more than expected. Let's give it a little more height. There we go. Oh, yeah. All right, we're on the next hole here. And these things do have a little bit of stability, which is nice. Gotta have either a righty backhand turnover that just falls off a cliff, or a little bit of a lefty spike hyzer. Let's go with the lefty option here. All right, I think that was just a hair too straight. That back wall comes up in such a hurry. Try and get a little more hyzer on it. All right. All right, well, both these trails turned out nice. I mean, 5 feet from each other. I thought it got caught up on the back side, but they ended up skipping on down here. Gotta love that. Aye! Unfortunate. Exactly. It's always a trail. I think it was the hottest drop of last year, bro. Here we go. We're on the next hole. 292-foot par 3. A little bit of a water carry. Let's go ahead and grab our trust. Let's go. This truss was an absolute dime. Drop her in the basket, take our bird, and on to the next. Let's go. Bam. Been bagging this disc for over a year now. Had to go swimming for it earlier. Here we go. We're on the next hole. Another little shorty, 267. Pretty much dead ahead. Let's see if we can get this trail just to go fairly straight down this tunnel. All right, well, the trail is a 10-speed disc, and these things have just been absolutely money. They're definitely going to get some flip to them. If you throw them flat, they're going to work their way probably over. If you release them on hyzer, they're going to keep fighting and fighting all the way to flat. If you put any ante on it, it's not going to want to fight out of it from what I've experienced so far. But let's go ahead and get another lefty pull in to simulate someone with a little bit of a slower arm speed here. Let's get right to it. Nice toss with the trail. This thing blasted quite a ways long, though. Oh! All right. Tap in our par. On to the next. If you release it on that much hyzer, it's going to want to stay on hyzer. And so these things do have some stability to them, which is nice. All right, we got a 262-foot par 3. Basket is up and to the right. Let's get another hefty lefty in. Come on, you dirty dog. Wonderful line. Crappy tree. All right, 235 foot par 3. Another hyzer shot. Oh boy. All right, we're on the next hole here. It's a 273 foot par 3. The basket is dead ahead through that little gap in there. Let's put this pretty flat, maybe just a touch of turn on that, and see how long she will hold it. Oh wow, okay. That did not want to come back at all. It was a little high, but even with that much height, it flipped and just kept going for days. It didn't turn over, but didn't want to come back either. Great line on that trail, just a little too much disc for this hole. All right, we got the next hole here. It's a 334 foot par 3, dead ahead. Got the lab second trail. Let's do it. Let's go. That was sweet. We gave this trail a run at the basket. I think it was just over top of that thing, but man, that thing was a wonderful toss. All right, the theme of Eastway is a sub 300 foot hyzer. We're doing it once again, 291 foot par 3, up and to the left. Oof. Swing left, swing left. There we go, crash. All right, well this is one of the more challenging holes on the course. It's only 331, but you gotta get pretty much all the way to the pin and then finish just to the right. And so I think it's potentially a little bit more of a forehand hole with something stable, and it's just fighting right kind of the entire time. Otherwise, you're gonna want a very neutral disc, and I think that is the highlight of the trail. It's not too flippy, it's not too stable. It's just a very neutral distance driver that I think most people are going to enjoy. I mean, there's a reason why I think it was one of the most popular drops of last year. Let's see if we can hit this gap. Oh boy, see? Got one tree at the end there and kicked it left. All right, we are on hole 17, couple holes out from the finish of the round. It's a 537 foot par 4. This is a really good chance to let this kind of open up the tank on this one. It's a little hyzer to flat kind of play and needs to be pushing left. Let's go ahead and let one rip. Oh, come on. That was a really good tree there. I released that on a fair amount of hyzer, and you see it just kept fighting to flat that entire time. Had it not hit that tree, it was not going to come back anytime soon. I think this hole was a good example of, if you're looking for a stable driver, this probably just isn't the disc for you. You know, if you're throwing upper 50s, 60 plus, guaranteed, it is not going to be super stable. As you saw, I released that on a fair amount of hyzer, and it was just fighting to flat and wanted to turn pretty much immediately out of the hand. But if that's the kind of shot that you're looking for, that kind of late flipper, somewhat neutral disc, then this thing is great. All right, we are on the last hole of the day here. It is a 700 foot par 5, and so have an opportunity to grab a couple of strokes here, finish out this round. Been fun. I've been really enjoying the trail. A little bit of flip, not much fade at all. Just depending what arm speed you got, how much hyzer you're throwing on that thing. But you know, if you're throwing your average intermediate player throwing it on hyzer, it's going to flip up, and it may not come back. And so may have to put out another video at a course where I got, you know, a longer hole that could have a little bit of that dog leg right, and we can really stretch it out and see this thing pan to the right. All right, well, this trail had a beautiful flight. Had it just stabled up a little bit, been about 20 feet to the left, I would have definitely had a chance to go for the pin here. But let's go ahead and pitch out. We'll still get up and down. After all, it's par 5. I think we trusted on hyzer, and we should get it there. Let's go. Absolutely beautiful flight on that. Been waiting all day to try and yam this thing, get some legs on it. That was wonderful. Oh, man. All right. What a round. I have really enjoyed throwing the trail. It has been a few months since I've thrown this thing, and it is just an enjoyable disc to throw. Put it on a good amount of hyzer, it's just gonna keep fighting to flat, keep fighting to flat. If you give it enough height, it will want to come back just a hair, but for me, in most cases, it was not. And so hopefully I was able to get a good example. If somebody with a little bit less arm speed with some of those lefty pulls in there today. And so I don't want to knock it. It does have a little bit of stability. And so overall, I really enjoyed the disc. Thanks to my sponsors, Disc Golf Deals USA, Castoplast, Another Round Charlotte, and Berg Sport. You can use the link in the description below to get 10% off your purchase at Disc Golf Deals USA. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.